The ninth generation Ford F-Series is a line of full-size and medium-duty commercial trucks that were produced by Ford from 1992 to 1996. While still based on the basic design dating from late 1979, the 1992 F-Series brought a number of minor changes to the exterior and interior. This is the last generation of the F-Series that was produced as a complete range of trucks from a half-ton pickup to a medium-duty Class 6 truck. As this generation was replaced during the 1997–1998 model years, the larger models of the F-Series were split from the F-150. These became the Ford Super Duty trucks, related to the latter with a few powertrain components. Design history. In the interest of aerodynamics, the lines of the hood, front fenders, and grille were rounded off for 1992. Along with the larger grille, the headlights were enlarged. Inside, the interior was updated, with a redesigned dashboard along with new seats. Extended cab models received larger rear side windows. A notable change included the reintroduction of the fluorescide bed that returned for production since 1987. Instead of the previous classic-style bed, the fluorescide bed was now a narrow-body version of the dual rear-wheel bed. The rear fenders were repositioned to fit the width of the cab. The 1994 models brought several changes, including a slightly updated dashboard and the addition of a driver's side airbag on F-150s only, center high-mount stop lamp, third brake light, brake shift interlock and CFC-free air conditioning. New options for 1994 included remote keyless entry with alarm, a compact disc player fitted into the regular stereo system, and a power driver's seat. An electrochromic inside rear view mirror was also offered for 1994 and 1995 as part of a luxury light package. Ford trailed rival General Motors in combined truck sales for much of the ninth generation, though sales steadily rose each year. 500,000 F-Series trucks were sold in 1992, but this rose to nearly 800,000 by 1996, and the Ford had overtaken the combined Chevrolet and GMC pickup sales for the first time in a decade. Trim, Custom, XL, XLT, Night, SVT Lightning, Eddie Bauer. The monochromatic Night package introduced in 1990 continued, but was dropped at the end of the 1992 model year. As before, it featured an all-black exterior with either a pink or blue-purple stripe and Night decal on the sides of the cargo box. For 1993 the Custom model was dropped, as the XL became the new base model. Following the lead of the Aerostar, Ford Bronco, and Explorer, the Eddie Bauer trim line Euro featuring plusher trim and increased standard features Euro was reintroduced for 1995. In 1993, the SVT Lightning was introduced, slotting itself in between the Chevrolet 454SS and GMC Cyclone. Ford's Special Vehicles team upgraded the Lightning from the regular F-Series with heavy-duty suspension and brakes. Powertrain upgrades came from heavy-duty trucks, with an 240-horsepower version of the 5.8L V8 and the E4OD overdrive transmission normally paired with the diesel and 7.5L V8s. Models: F-150, 1/2 ton, F-250, 3/4 ton, F-250 HD, 1992 Euro 1997 heavy-duty 3/4 ton, F-350, 1 ton, F-Super Duty, 1 and 1/2 ton plus. Medium-duty F-Series equals. For the 1995 model year, the exterior of the medium-duty F-Series was changed for the first time since 1979. Available only as a tilting cowl, the new hood featured a much larger grille. Instead of being mounted on the fenders, the turn signals were now mounted beside the headlights. Instead of the model designation, the cowl badge was replaced by an F-Series 1. Inside, the interior was largely carried over from 1980. While still available with a 7.0L gasoline V8, many medium-duty F-Series were diesel-powered. Instead of the Navistar T444E V8 engine seen in the F250 per Fahrenheit 350, the medium-duty models offered two inline-six engines. In 1999, these trucks were discontinued, along with the B-Series bus chassis. While the bus chassis was not replaced, Ford re-entered the medium-duty truck market with the Ford F-650-750s. Built in a joint venture with Navistar, they were integrated into the Super Duty lineup. Powertrain. The 1992 redesign left the Powertrain lineup from the previous generation. The gasoline lineup of the 4.9L and Line 6, 5.0L and 5.8L Windsor V8s, and 7.5L V8 were all carried over. Midway during the 1992 model year, the 7.3L International IDI diesel V8 gained a turbocharger for the first time. In 1993, the 1994 model year engine lineup received a retune to increase output. Also for the 1994 model year, the IDI diesel V8 was replaced by the T444E V8. Dubbed the Powerstroke by Ford, the new diesel was again supplied by Navistar International. Despite sharing identical displacement with its IDI predecessor, the turbocharged Powerstroke T444E was an all-new design with direct fuel injection. As before, the 5.0L V8 was not offered above 8500 GVWR and the F450/F Super Duty was 7.5 and diesel only. The diesels in 7.5 were above 8500 GVWR only, F250 HD and heavier. The 4.9 was available in the F350 through 1996 as a delete option. The 4WD F150 continued the use of the Dana 44 twin-traction beam axle from the 86 Euro 91 trucks. The 4WD F250 carried the Dana 44 or 50 twin-traction beam axle from the previous generation, and the 4WD F350 used the Dana 60 straight axle. Variants SVT Lightning The SVT Lightning is a sports performance version of the F-150, released by Ford's SVT division. Ford introduced the Lightning in 1992 to compete with primarily the Chevrolet 454 SS, in an effort to enhance the sporty, personal-use image of the Ford F-Series pickup. This initial Lightning featured performance handling developed by world champion driver Jackie Stewart. The Lightning was powered by a special 240 horsepower version of the 351-in-3 V8 engine. The Lightning shared its basic platform structure with the regular F-150, but modifications were made to many vehicle systems. To enhance the Lightning chassis, the thicker frame rails from the four-wheel drive F-250 used to increase rigidity. The stock Lightning was capable of achieving 0.88 g lateral acceleration, yet it retained almost all the hauling and trailering capabilities of the parent F-Series. A 351-in-3 Windsor V8 producing 240 horsepower and 340 FTA pound-force of torque replaced the standard F-150 engine. The engine was based on an existing block, but Ford engineers fitted it with high flow rate GT40 heads and used hypertectic pistons to increase response, output and durability. The engine was also fitted with stainless steel shorty headers. An upgraded Ford E4OD automatic transmission was the only available transmission. An aluminum drive shaft connected it to 4.101 rear limited slip gears. The suspension had front and rear anti-roll bars and a special leaf, in the rear, tipped with a rubber snubber, that acted as a ladder bar and controlled rear wheel hop during hard acceleration. Special 17-inch aluminum wheels with Firestone Firehook tires, Lightning badging, a front air down with fog lamps, a 120 mph speedometer and a special intake manifold all differentiated the Lightning from normal F-150s. Bucket seats with electrically adjustable side bolsters and lumbar supports were part of the package. Suspension modifications provided a 1 in front and 2.5 in rear drop in ride height. The 1993 Lightning, launched on December 15, 1992 by Ford President Ed Hagenlocker, received more than 150 favorable articles in America's newspapers, magazines, and television outlets, and helped Ford retain leadership in the personal-use truck market. Three-time world champion driver Jackie Stewart was highly involved in fine-tuning of the Lightning's handling. Key Ford engineers, managers, and executives involved in developing the original Lightning performance truck were Jim Mason, Robert Burnham, Jim Engelhardt, Terry DeJonquière, Rory Carpenter, Bob Hummel, Terrell Edgar, Dick Liljestrand, Deb Neal, Adolfo Meja, and Fred Gregg. References